Two down, one to go here at Le Mans. We are standing by for the biggest race of the year. It is, of course, the KZ World Championship. We've had the warm-up. We have the KZ2 International Super Cup, of course. We just saw the CIK FIA Academy Trophy. But now this, the biggest race of the year for the top class in world karting. It is the KZ Final for the World Championship. That is the scene here at Le Mans. Arguably the greatest race circuit in the world as we speak. 34 of the best racing drivers on the planet, the best kart racing drivers on the planet, are on screen at the moment here at Le Mans in France. As we look at the 2009 KF World Champion. That was, of course, Arno Kozlinski talking with Ben Henley. Well, it's a magnificent event here at Le Mans. Tremendous atmosphere, tremendous build-up. We can't say enough about it. But we asked someone who can speak from experience, the Vice President of the CIK, Mr. Kees van der Grint. Delighted to be joined by the Vice President of the CIK, Mr. Kees van der Grint. Kees, welcome to Le Mans here in France.
Thank you very much.
Kees, this is not your first time here at this famous circuit. Of course, the original Le Mans track hosted the World Championships way back in 1978. You were there.
I was there, and I have very good memories on that race. A lot of spectators. Unfortunately, I was mechanic at that time for Peter de Bruyn, and he just lost it in the World Championship in the last corner. But to be fair, actually Tony Zeuser, Austrian driver, now forgotten, should have won, but he had a puncture. But I have very good memories, and also I think the last one, 1994, where Giano Trulli won.
91, sorry, Kees.
91, yes, you're correct. So I have very good memories on this place. And of course I did a few rounds of the 24-hour race, so this is magic.
Of course, that was the original circuit, Alain Prost. We're here at this magnificent new facility. It's only 2 years old. It really has set the standard. It is arguably the best racetrack in the world.
Yes. I had to think because I was here 2 weeks ago to have a look at it, and it's amazing. It's fantastic. It is the state-of-the-art track, but it kept the spirit of the old way of karting. So I am enjoying very much. It is a very good atmosphere in the paddock. It's a little bit small, which means it's crowded, but on the other hand, we have more than 200 drivers here. So anyway, just amazing.
Well, of course, this weekend we've got the big one, the KZ World Championship. 36 of the best racing drivers in the world. The atmosphere is sensational here this weekend.
It is, but I think, of course, the highlight should be those top drivers fighting it out for the world title. But on the other hand, we have an amazing grid of more than 100 drivers in the KZ2. Then we should not forget the Academy, which have the final round, which is unbelievable to see 34 different nations. And then, of course, my passion, we have the historic karts.
Well, that was a man with decades and decades of experience and still a lot of passion for our sport of kart racing. Mr. Kees van der Grint, who you can see with his back to us on screen at the front of the grid there. Just walking up is our mate Dan Ricciardo, now a team owner, and does a bit of promotional work for an Austrian energy drinks company these days. Dan Ricciardo has two drivers in this field. Of course, I'm talking about the 2014 European champion Rek Dreesen from Belgium. So we look at Monsieur Jean Todt, president of the FIA, and recently second in the Italian championships, Mirko Torsellini, racing a Ricciardo kart. There is Dan in the background with Monsieur Todt. Tremendous atmosphere at Le Mans. So we mentioned arguably the best racetrack in the world. It's certainly probably the most famous. The main straight that these karts are lined up on is only about 50 metres away from the final corners of the 13.5 kilometre car racing circuit, which has of course hosted the 24-hour race for many, many years. Monsieur Todt shaking hands with Flavio Camponeschi, recently crowned European champion. Flavio starts out at grid number 5 here this afternoon with his green and white helmet on, driving the Vortex-powered Tony kart. A lot is expected of him. The front row is all CRG. But the chassis that we are going to talk about for a moment is Sodi Kart. They are arguably the biggest kart manufacturer in the world. Their factory is only a couple of 100 kilometres from here. They have not won a world championship since David Terrien took the checkered flag at Laval, driving a Sodi Kart Futura way back in 1993. They are desperate to win the World Championship here this afternoon. The best of their drivers so far is Arno Kozlinski, who starts on the second row of the grid. They also have Anthony Abbas. They have the Dutchman Bas Lammers and Jeremy Iglesias, who won the final round of the Euro Series at Genk in Belgium just a couple of months ago. There is a tremendous atmosphere here at Le Mans. There are several thousand people here at this magnificent complex. Dano leaves circuit centre right. Yes, Formula One driver, but also team owner, with two drivers racing here this afternoon. Former national champion in his home country back in 2005, racing a truly kart of all things. JT3 chassis off memory. Very, very quick kart. But it'd still go pretty well around this 1.4 kilometre circuit, even though it's 10 years ago since he won that title. 34 of the best kart racing drivers in the world are only moments away from firing their 125cc gearbox kart engines into life and racing the biggest event of the year, the 2015 KZ World Championship. Last year, the title was won by the Italian Marco Ardigo. The year before that, it was the CRG driver Max Verstappen, who also does a little bit of PR work for Red Bull these days. Max not only took out the world title, but also the European Championship that year aboard a CRG kart. And as we mentioned, it is CRG on the front row of the grid. Max's good mate, Jorit Pex, he's starting from pole. That's kart number 6 to the right of your screen. In fact, Jorit Pex's engines are prepared by Jos Verstappen himself, running a very successful kart tuning business these days, as well as overseeing Max's efforts. Well, it's CRG with Jorit Pex, the Dutchman, and Paolo De Conto from Treviso in northern Italy on the front row. Douglas Lundberg and the first Frenchman, Arno Kozlinski, on the second row of the grid. Tremendous atmosphere. The track is absolutely packed. I'm looking out from our commentary position, and the pit boxes, the garages, the pit wall is absolutely thick with spectators. Every possible vantage point. The biggest race of the year. You're going to see it all in a few moments' time right here live on Motors TV. 22 laps of this 1.384 kilometre circuit. As we mentioned, Le Mans has hosted the World Championships several times before. That was on the previous track back in 1978 when the American Lake Speed won the title. In 1983, Mike Wilson won the third of his 6 World Championships. Of course, in 1991, the world title was won by, well, there was 2 world championships. Alessandro Manetti, the Italian, won aboard a Tony Kart, and Jarno Trulli, 17 years old at the time, won Formula K aboard an all-kart. This is it. This is the big one. The karts fire into life. They will touch just under 100 miles an hour at this very point in a few moments' time. The tension is absolutely thick. The mechanics run back to their vantage point after seeing their drivers off on the grid. As we look at the grid, it is Jorit Pex to start on pole position with Paolo De Conto alongside. Then it is the impressive Swede Douglas Lundberg alongside the 2009 world champion Arno Kozlinski. Flavio Camponeschi, recently crowned Euro champ, out of 5 alongside Ben Henley, the Englishman, out of 6. Andrea Dale and Patrick Hayek on the 4th row of the grid, with another Frenchman, Anthony Abbas, out of 9, with the reigning world champion Marco Ardigo of grid number 10. Iglesias and Nielsen, Puhaka, Tonon, Recht Reisen, last year's Euro champ, is alongside the 2-time world champion Bas Lammers, also in a French Sodi kart. The Brit, Jordan Lennox-Lamb for Birol Art. Andreas Bachmann is back alongside him. Then we go to Giacomo Polini, Mirko Torsellini in the Ricardo kart on the 10th row of the grid. Go back through the field. AJ Myers, all the way from the USA, starts out of grid number 23. Also, Gary Carlton out of 33. And look at that, grid number 32. One of the greatest kart racing drivers of all time did not finish the pre-final. Of course, I'm talking about David Foray. Will start on the second to last row of the grid. The 4-time world champion, the 3-time World Cup winner, 2-time European champion. He's going to have a big job this afternoon if he can make it 5 world titles here this afternoon in Le Mans. The tension is absolutely electric despite the overcast conditions here at Le Mans in France. There is not a person that has not got their eyes glued to the circuit. There is our pole sitter, Jurid Pex in kart number 6, the TM-powered CRG. It is also a CRG with a Maxter engine, though. That is Paolo De Conto, the centre of your screen right now. He starts on the front row of the grid. Douglas Lundberg, he's saved his best till this point of the season aboard the Cosmic Kart. A lot of eyes will be on the 5th row of the grid. The Frenchman, Anthony Abbas. Grid number 9 with the reigning world champion, Marco Ardigo. Kart number 2 out of grid number 10. Let's see what Ardigo can do. There's Kamponeski, kart number 1. He wears that because he recently won the European Championship. Ben Henley, the Englishman, 30 years old from Manchester. Kart number 3 for Mad Croc Racing in the MC01 chassis. Also with a TM engine. Andrea Dale, kart number 14. Henley just rolls into position now. Kart number 3. We are just moments away from the biggest race of the year. This is the KZ World Championship right here at the greatest, most famous race circuit in the world. This is Le Mans in France. The karts at the back of the field form into position. 0 to 100 kilometres an hour in less than 3 seconds, faster than a Ferrari. When the 4 red lights go out, we will be racing for the 2015 world title. It is just seconds away. 4 red lights are extinguished. We go racing. Arno Kozlinski, the Frenchman, rockets off the line. He leads from the second row of the grid. We've lost 1 or 2 karts out in the grass, but the French crowd is absolutely ecstatic because their boy, Arnaud Kozlinski from France, leads here in France in a French-made Sodi kart. The CRGs of Pex and De Conto are in 2nd and 3rd spot. It is a brilliant start by Ben Henley. He is in 4th. Just ahead of the reigning Euro champ Flavio Camponeschi. Arnaud Kozlinski rocketed off the line. He leads up the back straight through the chicane for the very first time here at Le Mans this afternoon. 2nd spot is the CRG. Paolo De Conto runs a little bit wide. Ben Henley saw that. Flavio Camponeschi, the Italians all over the back of the Englishman. They come across the line for the first of 22 times here this afternoon. The crowd is erupting because their boy, the Frenchman Arnaud Kozlinski, leads, albeit only just from Paolo De Conto. Pex in at 3rd. Henley, Camponeschi, Marco Ardigo. Can he make it 2 world titles in a row? He's in position number 6. There he is. What a start by kart number 2, the reigning world champion. After he started the pre-final in position number 16, as we look at the replay of the start, Kozlinski right through the centre of the 2 CRGs, rocketed off the line. He still is your race leader, but he's under tremendous pressure from Paolo De Conto and Jurid Pex in the 2 CRGs. Ben Henley, the Englishman, in the Mad Croc kart is 4th. Then it's the 2 Tony karts of Flavio Camponeschi and Marco Ardigo. He's on the charge. The big loser out of this is the Swede, Douglas Lundberg. He's gone from position number 3 back to 7th. De Conto at the inside, goes through. The Italian takes the Frenchman. The Dutchman, Jurid Pex, watches on. Well, the big French crowd aren't so boisterous now because their boy has been passed not only by De Conto, but also Jurid Pex. Kozlinski, is his moment of glory done, or can he respond? Paolo De Conto in the CRG is your new race leader. There's Jurid Pex in 2nd spot. Remember, he won the pre-final, started out of pole position. This is the end, or the middle of their 3rd lap. They've already completed 2.5. Henley in 4th spot in the MC01 kart. What a brilliant start to this race. This has been quite exciting. We've got one eye on the reigning world champ though, Marco Ardigo. There he is in the number 2 Tony kart behind his teammate Flavio Camponeschi. Kozlinski, he's been passed by Henley. Ben Henley, the Englishman, is now in position number 3. Kozlinski tries to respond. Hard under brakes from 147 kilometres an hour down to 68, down from 6th to 3rd gear. Up through the gearbox, fastest lap of the race. Your race leader, Paolo De Conto. As we watch Jorrit Peks in the other CRG, the Dutchman sits in 2nd place. Ben Henley, he is the dark horse in this race. Sits in position number 3. New team for 2015. He's just been lurking in the top 5 all weekend. Now he's provisionally on the podium. Kozlinski, well, he made the best start we've seen all weekend, but the Frenchman in the Sodi Cut, the manufacturer, desperate to win here this weekend. Their best driver is in position number 4. Then we go back to the other 2 Frenchmen, Iglesias and Abbas. But there's a move on for 4th place. You can see Ardigo, kart number 2. There's Douglas Lundberg, side by side now with the other Sodi kart. Kozlinski's losing out. He's lost another position to Flavio Camponeschi. All the while, the 2 CRGs are skipping away into the distance up the inside. Nicely done under brakes. Kart number 2, Marco Ardigo. That's put him in position number 4. Remember, he had to start the pre-final from grid 16. You've never seen a more determined driver than Marco Ardigo. Reigning world champion, he won that title at the foot of the volcano that is Mount Vesuvius in Napoli exactly 12 months ago. He won the 2007 World Championship at Marienburg in Belgium. He also won a year later in 2008. He's a 3-time world champion, professional racing driver for the Tony Kart racing team. Can he make it 4th here this afternoon? Well, let's have a look, because he comes across the line in position number 4. But he's 2.5 seconds behind your race leader, which is his countryman, the Italian, going through Paolo De Conto. He's already disposed of Arnaud Kozlinski. The Frenchman's made a brilliant start. Is his 5 seconds of fame over? Remember, 2009 was the year Arnaud Kozlinski won the World Championship at Macau in China. Ironically enough, that year he was driving a CRG. What's leading? This afternoon, it's a CRG. Paolo De Conto from Treviso in Italy, just a few miles from Venice. Down the back straight, 6th gear, 140 kilometres an hour. Jorrit Peks, former European champion, in 2nd spot. Ben Henley is 3rd, then Ardigo, 2.8 seconds behind. As they come across the line, completed 5 laps. This is the start of lap number 6. Kozlinski is 5th from Lundberg. Jeremy Iglesias from grid number 11. The other French Sodi Kart driver is now 7th from Andrea Dale. Brilliant start by the Dutchman Bas Lemmers, also in a Sodi Kart. He's come from grid number 16 to be in 9th, 1 ahead of the Brit, Jordan Lennox Lamb, driving the Birrell Art. There is Marco Ardigo from Brescia in northern Italy. Behind Benjamin Hanley from Manchester in England, the 30-year-old who reached the heights of GP2 car racing around about half-decade ago. Professional driver with the Mad Croc team. You briefly saw number 20 Ricardo Kart of Rick Dreesen go through in position number 12. Let's check the times for you as they come across the line. Fastest lap of the race last time round by Marco Ardigo of 53.1. He's absolutely charging, but he's got 2.2 seconds to chase down the leader. Fastest lap, in fact, goes to the Dutchman Bas Lammers. Still there in 9th spot, behind Andrea Dale and 1 ahead of Jordan Lennox Lamb. The Finn, Simo Puhaka, is at 11th, 1 ahead of the Belgian, last year's Euro champ, Rick Dreesen. Ardigo has disposed of Kozlinski. Remember, he started in grid number 10. He's now in 4th. Next in line is Benjamin Hanley. Well, can the CRGs hold on? I know we're only at 3rd race distance. But the question is, can the CRGs hold on? Can they pull away? Can they make it a 1-2? Can they win? Or can the reigning world champion make it 2 years in a row? It is a CRG versus Tony Kart battle with the MC01 Mad Croc Kart, the angry alligator of Ben Henley, the Englishman, the fly in the ointment, because he is currently occupying the 3rd step of the podium. This is the 8th of 22 laps. Fastest lap of the race for yet another French Sodi Kart driver, Jeremy Iglesias. sits in position number 7, as you briefly saw. Jeremy won the last round of the European Championships at Genk in Belgium. This is the back straight, 6th gear, 140 kilometres an hour before breaking down through the gearbox. 3rd gear, the final corner of the circuit. Paolo Di Conto, former Euro champ, up through 4th, 5th, 6th gear. Head down behind the steering wheel, 147 kilometres an hour before hard on the brakes into turn number 1 and 2. Nicholas Nielsen flashes by. Oh, while all this has been going on, Flavio Camponeschi has lost a heap of places. The reigning Euro champ is down in position number 14 behind his Tony Kart teammate. Nicholas Nielsen is one ahead of the 4-time former world champ Jonathan Tonon, the Belgian. He's in 15th and effectively out of the title contention. But Flavio Camponeschi, will try and find out what's happened to the reigning Euro champ. We can just see him rounding the back part of the circuit. We focus in on our leaders, but Flavio Camponeschi's lost a stack of time, and he's down in position number 14. It is still a CRG 1 and 2. We have not yet reached half race distance. Henley, though, he's under attack from Ardigo. Ardigo is close enough to be in the slipstream. Watch the Italian under brakes. Not this time. Ben Henley's one of the most intelligent racing drivers in the world. Super experienced. It'll be a big, big job for Ardigo to get past, but he's got fantastic speed in that Tony Kart. Henley, though, will not flinch. As we mentioned, he reached the heights of GP2 car racing. Professional driver, professional kart racing driver now with the Mad Croc team. Watch Ardigo under brakes. Henley does not flinch. He did not look behind, but he knew the Italian, the reigning world champion, was right there. He'll be able to hear that Vortex engine as Ardigo has a big look under brakes. Henley says, nah, I'm not letting you through. You're going to have to do better than that. And the Italian probably will as they come along the straight. To start lap number 11, he's in the slipstream. Watch Ardigo. Can he pull out into turn number 1? This is the final step of the podium. Henley blocks the line all the while the 2 CRG drivers are pulling away. It is Ardigo. He's going to have to do a spectacular move to get past the Englishman to get on the bottom step of the podium. Then he's going to have to catch the Dutchman Jorrit Pex in second. Then his countryman Paolo Di Conto, who you can see going through the chicane, leading this half race distance, the 2015 KZ World Championship. Up the inside goes Marco Ardigo. Whoa, it wasn't pretty. Henley fought tooth and nail, but he's done it. Looks over his shoulder. Henley does the same. Who's coming back into contention now? The French driver, and the French crowd know it. Arnaud Kozlinski, kart number 8 in the Saudi kart. As we look at the replay, up the inside, Henley knew the move was coming. He tried to shut the door. Look at him working the wheel. He gave him space. Ardigo was airborne in that Tony Kart. 2 wheels up over the ripple strip of the Italian from grid number 10 is now in position number 3. Henley is off the podium. Kozlinski, number 8 in the Saudi kart, powered by the TM engine, the same motor that Ben Henley is using. Of course, Ardigo has the Vortex engine, Di Conto, powered by Maxter. Well, we mentioned that Tony Kart won the world title 12 months ago with Ardigo, but a year before that it was Max Verstappen winning in a CRG kart. CRG still 1 and 2. Bas Lemmers, kart number 11. Well, what could have been if he didn't have to start the pre-final from stone motherless last. He was turned around in one of the heats. He elected to fit slick tyres on a drying track in one of the heats, which was great until it started raining on lap number 4. That put him back last for the pre-final. He got to 16th. From 16th, Bas Lemmers is now up into position 8. Can he take another world championship to add to the one he won in 2010? He's going to have to pass 7 karts in the remaining 9 laps, and I can't see it happening. Can this guy on screen, kart number 2, the reigning world champ, Marco Ardigo from Brescia in Italy, can he win it, or is 3rd the best the Tony Kart can do here this afternoon? Ben Henley was looking good for a podium spot earlier in the race, but he's now falling under the clutches of Arnaud Kozlinski. The French crowd willing Kozlinski on at least for a podium spot, even if a win seemingly is out of the question at this point. Di Conto across the line one more time. Pex still in second spot. Let's check the times for you. 53.19 for De Conto, 53.16, 53 dead for Ardigo. So Ardigo is fractionally quicker and only thousandths of a second away from breaking into the 52-second bracket. So Ardigo, third place, is quickest on the track. He's catching the CRGs in front of him, but is he going to have enough time? You can see we have 7.5 laps to go. As they go through the back part of the circuit, Kozlinski, while all this has been going on, has been able to get past Ben Henley. This is the action for 4th and 5th place. Lemmers is also involved in this battle with Jeremy Iglesias. So the Soddy carts, they're fighting there for 6th, 7th and 8th. Ben Henley's lost another spot. Look at the Soddy cart attack. Douglas Lundberg in the Cosmic cart fights on as well. This is brilliant racing. Hanley, remember, was in 3rd. He finds himself 6th going across the line to complete lap number 15. The French crowd absolutely erupting. They've probably conceded that a victory, barring some sort of catastrophe, is out of the question here this afternoon. But they want to see at least one of their boys up on the podium. Kozlinski currently sits in position number 4. We have an Italian leading a Dutchman, another Italian. Then the 2 French drivers, Kozlinski and Iglesias. There's Ben Henley, the centre of your screen. Car number 3. There's Ardigo. He's catching the leaders. Will he have enough time? This is the battle for 4th. Henley fights valiantly to head off Bas Lemmers. Well, this is a thrilling race. We've got 7 laps to go. Can he do it across the line? The gap is closing now. 0.4 of a second between De Conto and Pex, but it is now less than 2 seconds. In fact, it's down to 1.7 seconds between Ardigo and the leader, De Conto. Well, I hate to say it, but is Ardigo going to catch him? Are we going to see a last lap incident? Can the Frenchman do it from behind? Wow, it's going to be thrilling. We are in the final moments of this race. De Conto, everything under control at this point. Through the back chicane, up on the back straight. Only the second part of the circuit where they put it in 6th gear. There is lap traffic coming into play. Has got the blue flag and does pull out of the way, allowing our leaders to go through. To start lap number 17, it is Paolo De Conto from Jored Pex. Both of them former European champions. Marco Ardigo, well, he's got 3 world titles to his name. Can he make it number 4 here this afternoon? As Andrea Dale makes a move on Rechtreisen for the top 10. Ardigo, he's got the lead down to 1.5 seconds, so he's taken 0.2 of a second out of your race leader last time round. He's got 5 laps remaining. You can see the gap on your screen. First, he has to get past the Flying Dutchman, Jorrit Pex, for 2nd spot. Then he has to catch his countryman and pass him, Paolo De Conto. These are 3 of the best kart racing drivers in the world fighting out the world title for 2015. The reigning Euro champ Flavio Camponeschi's way down in position number 13 and out of it, as is Tonon in 14th. Lundberg, well, he started from the 2nd row of the grid, but he's back in 8th. Good drive by Jordan Lennox-Lamb while all this has been going on. The Englishman has been charging. He's now up into 9th in the Birrell Art, coming up on the back of Lundberg, Lammers, Hanley and Iglesias. The gap is down to 1.2 seconds, though, from Marco Ardigo. You can see it on screen as they come through the chicane. They go over it. Paolo De Conto gets airborne, smashes through the ripple strips, up through the gearbox. 4th, 5th gear and 6th gear. Right there, you can see him grab it before hard under brakes. Pex has closed right up. We've got 4 laps to go. Be assured, Ardigo will be involved in the fight for the lead in the next 4 laps. Before the checkered flag comes out, it will be 2 CRGs with a Tony Kart right on their tail. The gap last time round, 1.2 seconds. It's down to 0.9. You can see Ardigo from grid number 10 has got the gap down to less than 1 second. Arno Kozlinski, we saw him rocket off the line, but then he faded back to 5th. He's now in 4th with Iglesias behind him. Surely, Arno Kozlinski could not do it from there. Barring some sort of catastrophe, are we going to see Soddy Kart win the World Championship for the first time since David Terrien took the checkered flag at Laval in 1993? We'll find out in just a few moments' time. We've got 2.5 laps remaining. Well, less than that because they're coming across the line. You can see at the top of your screen, this is the start of lap number 20. The gap, you can see it visually, is down to 0.6 of a second out of the goal. The Tony Kart is right on the tail of the two CRG drivers. Hard under brakes. Let's not forget the engine battle. It is a Maxter engine leading a TM engine, leading a Vortex. Two CRGs and a Tony Kart. This is thrilling stuff. Over the ripple strip goes Jorrit Pex, the youngest of these three drivers from the Netherlands. Out of the go. Look at that. As we predicted, he's now on the tail of the two CRG drivers in front. Watch for one huge, spectacular lunge from the Italian right here under brakes. No, not this time. He just wasn't quite close enough. Trails him through. Surely out of the goal will make a move into turn number 1. But this is the last lap of the race. Paolo De Conto is 1 lap away from history here at Le Mans. Pex blocks the inside. Out of the goal. Up the inside. He's going to have a look under brakes, surely. Here goes the Italian. No, he's still not close enough. Paolo De Conto rides the ripple strip. He's now having to defend. What a brilliant line. Up the inside goes Jorrit Pex. He's through. Marco out to go around the outside from grid number 10. For 3 metres, he was in the lead. Your new race leader from the Netherlands is Jorrit Pex. It is CRG sandwiching in the Tony Kart of the reigning world champion, Marco out of the goal. They're side by side through the chicane. Out of the goal's off in the grass. That's cost him. He's out. He cannot win the world title. It's going to be a CRG victory. What a sensational final lap. Who's going to do it? It's going to be the Dutchman. He takes the checkered flag. The world championship goes to Jorrit Pex. He wins in the CRG from Paolo De Conto. Whoa, what a final lap. Marco Ardigol has put in a brilliant drive to come home in third. Kozlinski did indeed finish fourth ahead of Jeremy Iglesias. Bas Lemus, a brilliant drive from grid 16 into 6, but what a sensational final lap. Your new world champion from the Netherlands, driving the TM-powered CRG, is the former Euro champ. It's the Flying Dutchman, Jorrit Pex. He has won here at Le Mans. He's absolutely delighted. Unbelievable final lap. We think about world titles in the past, decided on the final lap. That race that you've just seen will go down in history. A Dutchman has won the first world title for many a year. It is Jorrit Pex in a CRG who has won from Paolo De Conto, Marco Ardigol, after going cross-country rallycross style on the final few corners, will take the final step of the podium and relinquish his world title to the young Dutchman, Jorrit Pex. What a sensational final. What a sensational event here at Le Mans. But it is not over. We will have the official podium presentations for you in just a few moments. We take a breath here at Le Mans. We try and comprehend what we have just seen. Jorrit Pex, the new world champion for 2015 from Paolo De Conto. Marco Ardigol relinquishes his title to finish in third here at Le Mans. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a few moments for the official podium presentation, the 2015 world title. We'll be back in just a few moments. Before we do that, though, we will, of course, take a look at the highlights. Then we'll join you for the podium presentation. Sensational event. The adrenaline is flowing, not just up here in the commentary box as we look at the highlights of Jorrit Pex taking his first ever World Championship. We'll have the podium presentation for you in just a few moments. Being congratulated by absolutely everyone on this packed podium. The crowd thick at the bottom, ready to salute three of the greatest kart racing drivers in the world who will ascend to the podium in just a few moments' time. Still being congratulated. They are still coming. They will don the Bridgestone hat for the official presentation. Of course, Bridgestone, the official tyre supplier and partner with the FIA. I can just tell you, Marco Ardigo, well, he's slightly smiling. A great sportsman. You're at PEX. Yeah, you bet he's got a smile on his face. He's absolutely delighted. We're just about to get underway. The official podium presentation of the 2015 KZ World Championship. Here they come. Monsieur Bruno Vedastic, our French commentator. We are here, we're about to get underway for the podium presentation. Third place, he almost did it. He led for about 2.5 meters. He came so close to defending his title. Welcome to the third step of the podium from Italy, the Italian Tony Kart driver, Marco Ardigo! In second place, driving the CRG, he was oh so close. He's been brilliant all weekend, driving the CRG, Vice World Champion, Paolo De Conto! Ladies and gentlemen, we have a new world champion. He's from the Netherlands. He drove a CRG to victory. Welcome, the 2015 KZ World Champion, Jordan Pex! And representing the winning team, the family affair, the family-run team, Richard Pex. We stand by for the national anthem of the Netherlands. Ladies and gentlemen, your podium for 2015. I'd now like to call upon Monsieur Pierre Filon, President of the ACO, to present the third place trophy to the driver from Italy, representing Tony Kart, Marco Ardigo. Call upon the Vice President of the CIK, Mr. Kees van der Grint, to present the second place trophy to the CRG driver, Paolo De Conto. It is with great pleasure that I ask the President of the FIA, Monsieur Jean Tot, to present the winning trophy to the 2015 World Champion, Jordan Pex! And to present the trophy to the winning team, the Vice President of the ACO, Mr. Dominique Faussier. As the winning driver, Yorit Pex picks up the magnificent BRM watch. And the girls move in to present the flowers to our podium here at Le Mans this afternoon, the 2015 World Championship. Well, I'm a bit nervous about asking Marco about his race because it's first or nothing. Marco, a brilliant performance all weekend. You almost defended your world title. Congratulations. Third is a brilliant effort.
Thank you. Yeah, today for me is really hard because in this race, especially in pre-final, I start 16. So it's very difficult here overtake, and it's very difficult with this level of the karting. I hope and I'm really happy for my final, because I push every lap, 22 laps in unbelievable way, and in the end, okay, third position is not fantastic for me, but it's good for the team and for the people that work with me.
Grande, bravo Marco. Terzo posto qui oggi, third place here, Marco Ardigo. Starting from pole position, Paolo De Conto driving the CRG. Quasi, you almost did it. You almost took out the 2015 World Championship. Second, you are the Vice World Champion.
For sure, I'm not happy for this, because I lost the championship in the last lap for corner to the end. This is good for the team because first and second is a perfect job for everybody. I'm happy for my mechanic and for my staff. Everybody worked together, but I lost the championship.
Bravo, Paolo. It is with great pleasure. Probably get a little bit of a different reaction. Yorit Pex, how do you feel? You are the 2015 World Champion!
Hey! No, it feels great. It's an unbelievable feeling. At the moment, I don't know what happened all, but the race was incredible difficult because Paolo was unbelievable fast. He didn't make a mistake, and I was catching sometimes really slowly. Now when I arrived, I was hoping for a little mistake of him, but the whole race, he didn't make any mistake. So only the last lap there was a chance for me, and I go inside, and then I was first. So that was only part of make the last lap done and take the world title. So.
What did happen on the last lap there on the back straight here at Le Mans?
Yeah, it was not on the back straight. It was there in the little hairpins. But Paolo closed, and then there was a little gap in the inside for me, so I can go inside. So, but we stopped a little bit, and then Marco came on the outside. I think, whoa, where has he come from? Because I didn't know he was behind me. So that was really, on limit. So then I come through the chicane, and then I was first, and then I knew this nobody can take off from me. So amazing feeling then.
Congratulations, Yorit. You have written your name into history. You are the Dutchman who has won the World Championship for 2015. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2015 KZ World Championship, your podium, third place, Marco Ardigo, second, Paolo De Conto, and the 2015 World title holder, Yorit Pex. Well, this is the scene here in Le Mans. A brilliant event we have witnessed here, the 2015 World Championship. We have a new world title holder. It is Yorit Pex, second, the Vice World Champion, CRG 1 and 2, and Marco Ardigo, third here today. Well, it's been a brilliant event, but it does not stop here for the 2015 season. In 2 weeks' time, we will be at La Conca in Italy for the KF World Championship. Until then,
It's goodbye from Le Mans on behalf of all the team at the CIK, FIA and the official promotion partner, WSK Promotion, as the champagne flies. We'll see you at 2 weeks' time at La Conca, Italy for the KF Non-Gearbox Karting World Championships.